What's up, everybody? Is this Aqualung? It don't sound like it. Well, those are two of the lamest tracks of music I ever heard in my life. But that is not what we're here for. So, what's up, everybody? We're here for these and these. It's almost like we're at the movies, you know. There's Olivia. Now that ought to excite some people. There she is. What's up, Isaiah? There's RJ. What's going on, man? Yeah, the junior mints are about to be gone. We got a few more minutes here. Try to let some more get in here. Randy, if you were here, man, you could have a whole box all to yourself. What's up, Jason? Looks like we got 78 in here. There's Ray Train Carrier. There's Isaiah. And Shannon, I wear my sunglasses at night. You know she's married. Back up, buddy. No, you ain't eating all this, Olivia. This is all mine. John, how you doing? Well, I don't know how close the store is, William, but run out to the store, we'll wait on you. Hey, Hector, how you doing, buddy? Jeremy? Yes, Adam, that is me. All right. So, we'd like to see 100 in here. Mike, hey, Mike HVAC. Guess what, man? Guess what? You are on the list. I can't remember which one, Mike, but see if I can find you here. Mike has been trying for a while, and he keeps, actually, I don't know what he keeps doing, but he keeps not doing something correctly and not getting on the list. but Mike is on it. Nope, Justin, you were not late. You're on one of them. Can't remember which one. Now, I'll say this. For you guys on this C list here, sman Final C list, for about the last 10 of you, you're barely on here, and the reason you're on there is because of people making mistakes. So on the entry video, I plainly said what the words, the entry words were to enter with a comment. And I said to say nothing more and nothing less, to type exactly last 360 giveaway. I think you're there, Eddie. I'm not sure. I think I remember seeing your name. But you wouldn't believe how many people just got that mixed up. A couple that I'm very surprised got it mixed up. A couple of people that I think are pretty intelligent and, you know, just pretty surprised a couple of them got it wrong. But David Fuller, I do believe I saw your name. I think you're on there. I do not know, Mike Jones. I don't remember typing you. Anyway, we'll see. But I assure you that I typed these three lists up myself personally, and those who entered correctly do have their names on this list, on these three lists. Those who did not, well, you didn't get added. You have to enter correct. You have to type what I said the entry words were to type on the comments. Last 360 giveaway. So a bunch of them typed last sman giveaway, last sman 360 giveaway. I said no more, no less. So, nonetheless, we're getting close. We're at 90. Let's see if we can hit 100 and let's start spinning. And I wonder if Joe is here. You know, Joe, I'm going to have to fire Joe. Where's Joe Shearer? Anybody seen him? Where you at, Joe? Joe's definitely slacking. Not so sure Joe wants his job anymore. He might be mad because I hadn't sent him his paycheck yet. I wonder if that's it. Yeah, Gene, I saw him. There was about 3 people there watching the wet California boy doing who knows what. James Rook, you're on the list. I remember typing your name, buddy. Corey Wade, you typed it wrong the first time, but then later you came back in and typed it correct. So I do believe you're on the list here. We'll see. And Joe Shearer is missing in action again. I'm going to send him a text. I'm going to tell him that if he doesn't show up, he's fired. Anybody know what fired means? Fired. He's fired. To me, HVAC. Seems like I remember seeing that name. I'm not sure. have Joe Shearer's number. I was gonna text him, but I ain't got his number. I thought I did. Kansas HVAC. I do believe you're right. I remember typing your name. So, there's quite a few of you that didn't get entered in the past that did get entered this time. I'm trying to drink much healthier drinks. So it's zero sugar. Shannon, if you got Joe's number, text him and tell him to get his slack butt in here or he's fired. You know how to spell fired? Does anybody even know what fired means? You're fired. Fired. That's like fired, only from up north. You're fired. No, PVC I have not. Fan relays burning up. I have not. I rarely use the TIM 4s. I usually use the TIM 6s and TIM 8s. Now and then we'll get a 14 SEER job and we'll use a TIM 4. It's just not very often. Well, I won't be doing that tonight, but I am going to make a video specifically that tells everybody at the same time how to register, and everybody will have a fair chance. We'll probably give a week or 10 days for everybody to get registered. And basically, you just have to prove that you're not 12 years old, you're not a video game freak, and that you do have something professionally to do with HVAC. You are at least affiliated. Even if you're just office personnel, that, you know, just, anyway, there's going to be several ways. Hey, there's Brad. What's going on, Brad? Give it the old Gundy, he says. Rebel Bocephus, what's up, my man? Good to see you in here. So, man, I tell you what, Joe is going to have to be fired. At the risk of quoting Steve Labb or one of the guys up north, fired. You're fired. Isaiah, I do believe I remember typing your name on the list. So we have 97. We're really, really close. I usually wait and let 100 get in here. There's 99. So I think we can start showing the list now. The S-Man Final, A list. This is the A list. Look at Adam Walker jumping in right up there up front. And there's Isaiah. He was asking if he was on there. Uh-oh. There's Justin, number 9. How did Justin get on there? I thought we banned him. Where's Justin? Is Justin in here? He can't be in here. We banned his butt. And there's Olivia, number 14, who I know pretty much everybody's pulling for Olivia. There's RJ. Quite a few that we recognize here. Justin. Hernandez. Man, how did you get your name? Look, there's your name. Wait a minute. Number 9. How'd you get your name on there when you know you're banned? I think he unbanned himself. There's Ray Train Carrier. Can't let him keep that name. So, there's our hoser buddy, DeSormo, from Canada. Man, those Canada shipping deals are a hassle. So I hope none of you guys in Canada win anymore. But I hope you don't win any less either. Did you get that? Haha. There's Gene K. So, I don't know, Rebel. I think you can sell Train and Carrier and Linux. And they can't do nothing about it. I'm not married to Train. They're married to me. I can sell anything I want. However, I choose not to. But there's a couple of dealers around here that sell Train, Carrier, and Linux. And they're stupid enough to go out and give written quotes with all 3 of them on the same quote. All within a couple of $100 of each other. Really stupid. Okay, there's 100 right there. So we got 100 people in here. So let's get started. All right, as always, the first thing I always do is I make sure, well, now that depends on the state, Rebel Bocephus. Like here, we're all direct. We're a direct, we don't have distributors here. So it's just me straight from the factory. Some states still have distributors, which are privately owned businesses. And they like to pretend they can make up rules, but they really can't. So there's 1 through 50. I'm going to let everybody be sure to be able to see all of the numbers and get them on video. This is just an authentication video, you know, just a little shot of video that gives us authentication. It's just something I like to do. The basket is turning backwards. Well, here's what I figured on turning the backwards. The basket backwards. You know, all my fan motors, every time I make a video of a fan that I'm repairing or whatever, all the fan motors are always turning backwards. So I figure we're going to turn this basket backwards here too. So anyway, everybody saw the 50 and that they really are there. So we are going to put those in the spinny thingy. And let me see. There is no sleeves. So I got no way to slip one up my sleeve. So there is honestly no way to trick this authentic drawing. So anyway, the reason I do it this way instead of just using the random generators that actually save you from having to type up the names and go through all the comments, and for one thing, it you know, it's definitely authentic. I call it analog. So these are analog drawings. Nothing automatic, nothing electronic. These are pure physical chance, you know, crap. Looks like 38 hit the floor there. So let's grab that. 38 went to the floor. All right, so a couple other reasons is, you know, those random generators would not pick out the correct entry words, stuff like that. So we do it the old-fashioned way here. So, wonder where Zach is. I wonder if it's soccer season already. I haven't seen Zach. I do see Brad here. But before we get started, we're going to remind everybody of who I think has the coolest channels that we should all be watching. And everybody, of course, knows our friend Zach. HVAC Shop Talk Podcast. That's the awesome channel, and we all watch it. Another awesome channel, HVAC and SC. That's South Carolina. That's Brad. Brad's in here. HVAC in South Carolina. Now that's a great channel, and you need to subscribe to that channel right now if you haven't done so. That's you know, he does a lot of good videos. I really like them. I've watched them. I've picked up some tips. I think you could too. And of course, the godfather of the HVAC community, Steve Lav. Give it the old Gundy. That's him right there. That's actually his picture. Well, Justin, if AK sends me, I do watch his channel too, by the way. If he sends me his sticker, there's a spot for it right there. So, but these guys here that I've got on the board here, they've, you know, they've been real good to me. They've supported me. They've allowed me to, you know, be on their channels, and they've mentioned mine and so forth. And these are good guys. And there is a ton, Brad, you're right. There is a ton of great channels, but, you know, I just keep the community, just the guys that we all know each other. I feel like we know each other personally almost, but these are the three that I'm plugging right up here. So if anybody sends me their sticker, if it happens to be a channel that I watch, I will absolutely put the sticker up there and make sure it's up there and gets mentioned during every one of my giveaway videos and even the entry videos. I do watch AK's channel. You know, these are all very unique channels. My channel's a lot different from all of theirs. Brad's channel is different. Zach's channel, and Steve Lav. Now, Steve Lav, he's really the real world dude. I mean, you know, you get in his truck, you pet his dog, you listen to him talk to his customers. You know, if you don't feel like you've had the real experience when you watch Steve Lav's videos, then, you know, you ain't got the sound on or something. That's a real world channel there. The HVAC Shop Talk channel, get my finger on it right there. He is a real pro. I tell you what, I had to call in once or twice, but just because I just had to do it. But he has these podcasts and these guests. He has hangouts. It's a very relevant content channel. I'll put it that way. And then Brad, which is the one right there, Brad's channel, he's what I would call a real tech head. You know, he's a real technical guru type guy. He does a lot of reviews. He does a lot of tech tips, quick little tech tips. And I have stolen ideas from all of those guys. Make no mistake about it. Every one of them guys, I have definitely seen what they do, and it's monkey see, monkey do. You know, I mean, they do a lot of cool things. I'm a little bigger on the giveaways than some guys. Brad's a little bigger on the reviews and the real information. He's an information guy. You know, Zach is really bigger on the podcast and the it's almost like watching TV when you watch him. You're going to learn something there. And then Steve Lav, he's the real world guy. I mean, he is definitely, you know, hey, come on and go to work with me guy. I've tried to do a little bit of that. I'm just not as good at it as he is. Steve Lav takes you, he talks to you. He pets his dog. He does the cooking in his kitchen. That's actually the first channel I was watching. And but anyway, so since we don't have our legal advisor anymore, I don't know if he quit or if he got mad that I didn't send him his fake paycheck. I don't know what happened. But nonetheless, Joe Shearer has been really busy lately. So I'm just going to have to, Alexander's Refrigeration, I do need to start watching your channel. Matter of fact, I'm going to go over here and make myself a note. So give me just a minute here, guys. I did notice him in a couple of chats. And all right, I got myself a note to subscribe to that channel, and I'll do it when I get home tonight. I don't think mine are hidden. I don't know, Brad. I'm pretty heavy on the variable technology myself. And don't forget, when you see these trains back here, we did it first and we do it better. I'm gonna have to make a video to substantiate that one day, I'm pretty sure. Probably gonna have to do that pretty soon now that I popped off that bold statement. But Train developed the technology in about 1987, 1988. By the early 90s, there were quite a few of them out. They were actually XV15s. The SEER wasn't really up there yet. They were 15 SEER. The XV1500, strikingly similar to our technology today, minus some of the sophisticated controls in electronics. I mean, we had the liquid line cooled heat sink on the drive. I mean, it was a 3-phase DC compressor. Yeah, I'm gonna dig up some of my old literature on that and do a video on that one day soon, especially since I popped off and made that bold statement. I know all these Bosch heads and all of these other guys that, you know, believe in their products, and I think they should. I just happen to be train washed, that's all. Nothing wrong with that. But anyway, we were first, and in my opinion, we do it better. But there's a bunch of them really doing. I'll tell you what, those Bosch machines, from what I understand, they're really, you know, really high-end, really nice, really fancy. I've never had my hands on one, never seen one in person, but I've looked over some of it, you know, tried to see what I could. But anyway, let's get going. We better look at the list again. Boy, I'm going to have to prove that crap. Somebody's going to bust me on that. No, James, Train and Carrier are not the king. Train is the king, and Carrier and Linux are the wannabes. You like that? So, well, they'll all die, Rebel. They all have trouble. They all give problems, and yeah, you're certainly correct about that, Brad. They have. So let's look the A list over pretty quick again, just because I've been standing here running my mouth and dropping the ping pong balls in the floor and stuff like that. All right. So there's the 50 that it's going to come off of. Now, I'm going to take the first intelligent suggestion of how many spins we're doing tonight. I'm not going to spin the thing 55 times. I'm not going to spend it 3 or 7 or 9. You know, it needs to be a number that really does get them mixed up good. 8's not big enough. 10's not big enough. Those aren't big enough. All right, 15. That's relatively, you know, that's intelligent. So let's do the 15. I see a couple of 15s. So we could sit here and debate that all night, or we could start picking winners. So let's just spin it 15 times, and let's whip it back and pull the winner out and see who the winner is. All right, this is for the A list, and this is for the field piece sman 360. I do not know why they stuck these stupid, ugly white stickers. You know, I'm just the kind of guy to be so picky and to say, why, you know, these, by the way, these were from, what they changed their name to, C.C. Dixon. They changed it to United Refrigeration, I believe. These are from them. And they stuck these stupid stickers on here. That really, I just don't like that. And, you know, anyway, nothing I can do about it. So, brand new, in the box, never been in the field. And I'm going to spin this thing 15 times, and I'm going to pull out a winner on the A list. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That is 15 spins. And the winner on the A list is going to be number 50. Look at that. So who's last on the A list? I hope we don't have to do any redraws again. But number 50, Josu Torres. And I have not seen that name in the chats. Now, we all know the rules. There's the email address right there, Air for You Today. And there's the telephone number if you would rather send a text. But there is 24 hours for Josu Torres to send me, hey Derek, how you doing, man? 24 hours. All right, everybody knows that rule. 24 hours. I need an email or a text message, and then it's Olivia. There you go. You know, Olivia, I bet you could get a majority of the guys on that list to agree to that. So 24 hours, in number 50, Josu Torres must send me an email or a text message with first and last name, full shipping address, and telephone number. And it's very easy for me to verify that that information owns that YouTube name. So, I just wonder if anybody's ever wondered about that. One or two have mentioned it a long time ago. Nonetheless, 24 hours, and that's the A list. All right. So let's put number 50. Well, first of all, let's go over here and mark it down so I don't have to watch back the whole video, pick that out. So let's put number 50 back in the hopper, back in the drum, back in the spinny thingy. Let's straighten up the board with the guy's stickers. All right. Now for the B list. And everybody look for their name on the B list. There's Corey Wade. I think he was asking earlier if he was on there. There's Danny L. Hadn't seen him in a while, but he's always on here. Shannon, I wear my sunglasses at night. He really wants to win. There's Family West. He's won before. These are all very familiar names. TP Services has won. There's Karen. You know, Karen barely got in there. Karen entered wrong and then went back a day or two later and realized, Isaiah, you can't say that. Whatever that was. I don't know what it was. I don't have a bot. I don't have anything, but can't say whatever you said. Try to spell it differently or something. There's G. Martinez. You know, that guy's a lot of fun. I've been in the chats and stuff with him on other channels, and he's called in. There he is. Hey, 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 it's Fat Albert. So there's his name. About time for him to win one, isn't it? Stephen Ubinet. He has won before. I believe Jeff Kipper, I believe he has won. There's Triple Design. There's a whole bunch of us. There's To Me HVAC. He was asking earlier if he was on the list, and he is. There's his name. All right. So, Bears Heating and Air just got home. I know what that's like, man. Those late nights, long days. Of course, you might be in California, and that might mean you're on time. So anyway, what we're going to do once again is we're going to take the first intelligent number. I'm not going to spin the thing 3 times or 8 times. It's got to be a double digit. So how many times do we need to spin this thing to pull out the winner of the B list? 18 makes a lot of sense. I see 2 or 3 18s right in a row there. So let me see here. I wonder if 18 is somebody's name that they're a fan of. No, probably not. All right, so we're going to spin this 18 times, and then we're going to pull out a winner. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and we're pulling out a winner right now off the B list, and that is number 14. Who is number 14 on the B list? Let's find that out. I don't hear anybody jumping up and down yet. Although I do know this name. I just have not seen him in here. Rick Winter, number 14. We know that name. He has been entering since we started almost. Now, if Rick Winter doesn't want it, he can give it to Olivia. And I'm sure everybody would have him held up in the heroic position if he did. All right. Rick Winter also has 24 hours for that email address or that telephone number. I need an email or a text message within 24 hours. And I need first and last name, full shipping address, and a telephone number. That's right, FedEx wants a telephone number. So Rick Winter, number 14, Rick Winner is his name tonight because he won. All right. Let's put number 14 back in. Let's go mark the list with the winner. And let's whip out the C list. And give this last one away. And let's hope that we don't have any redraws or respins or whatever we want to call it. And if we do have one, I can't tomorrow night because everybody knows I go to the racetrack on Saturday nights. So if we do have a redraw, it'll be Sunday night. But let's hope everybody claims their prizes. I don't know about that first name. I'm not familiar with it on the A list. The B list, Rick Winter, unless he's sick or something, I'm pretty sure he'll find it and he'll get his prize. The C list. has quite a few more. Uh-oh, look, there's Fix It. Fix It HVAC. There's a whole bunch of names we recognize. Kansas HVAC. You were asking if you were on there. There you are. There's Clint. There's Mike HVAC, number 17. He has been trying for a few weeks to figure out how to get on here. Well, he's on the list. There's number 18. There's Alexander's Refrigeration and HVAC videos. So you may want to go check his channel out. He says he's putting up videos now on his YouTube channel, Alexander's Refrigeration and HVAC videos. All right, let's keep going. Let's see what else we see. Number 23, you got a messed up name, dude. That just does not make any sense. And I don't know what that means. All right. So let's keep going. There's Christopher Hunt. We've seen him a lot of times. There's James Rook. Corey Lambrecht. Hope I'm saying that right. There's Eddie, Phil. There's Legacy 3. Legacy 3 has won before. Mark Bailey has won before. There's JH. Everybody knows that is Justin. JH HVAC and Plumbing. Okay. There's OC Refrigeration. There's Adam Heitch. And quite a few that we all recognize. And there's our friends Chalco. Just right up above us here in North Carolina, Chalco Home Solutions. So, did you make it, Jason? You're on this list. That's awesome. So what we're going to do this time is we're going to take the first intelligent suggestion. It's got to be a double digit. I'm not going to spin it 3 times or 6 times. I'm not going to spend it 75 times. 22 sounds reasonable. Let's spin it 22 times. Sorry, Olivia. You should have been quicker. I can't drive 55. Well, I can. The problem is it's usually in a 45 zone that I'm driving. Oh, well, no, I didn't admit that. No, I never speed on video in front of anybody. One dude busted me for rolling through a stop sign. I didn't run the stop sign, but I had the camera on the dash, you know, just talking about the job on the way to the job. And I came to what we call here in the South a rolling stop. 2 or 3 miles per hour, and then I took off, you know. And somebody commented that I ran a stop sign and that my music was something, or I don't remember what else it was. Oh yeah, the bearings in the front end were roaring. All right, so it is C-list time. One more sman 360 to give away. And we're going to spin it 22 times because that was the first intelligent suggestion that I saw. So let's spin this thing 22 times and let's pull out our final winner tonight. This is your last chance. C-list only. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. All right. Didn't get the winner, but come on. Keeps falling out. There it goes. Let's see who the winner is. Number 1. Look at that. We had a number 50 tonight, and now we've got a number 1. That is something else. A number 50 earlier, and a number 1 now. So who is number 1? HVAC CSY. Never heard of that name. Don't know if I've seen it in the chats or not. However, number 1, HVAC CSY has 24 hours to send an email to that address or a text message to that number I need the first and last name, the full shipping address, and telephone number. That's right, FedEx wants a telephone number. 24 hours for number 1, CSY. Now, I'm going to take a couple of votes here right quick on a couple of things. So you guys that hung around, you're going to get some say-so in what goes on in the future giveaways. Now, here's the couple of things that are kind of up in the air about the future giveaways. Now, has everybody, boy, we got them dropping like flies. There's only 87, 86 left. So, I'm not going to make dead rules tonight, but I am going to take your input, and I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you being in here, especially sticking around after you did or didn't win. All right, so a couple of the things that I'm just curious what everybody else thinks about. Now, as you know, we're going to go to a new system, and you're going to have to register with my channel in order to be eligible for these giveaways. We're gonna weed out some things, and so what does everybody think about the time that we're using? Now, here's why I picked 9 p.m. It's as late as you can get without interfering with people's nightlife on the East Coast, but it's about as early as they can take it on the West Coast. So I picked 9 o'clock. So let's see a bunch of opinions here, and let's see what kind of the majority looks like. Because keep in mind, 9 o'clock is actually 6 o'clock in California. We got one there that says it's too early. And a lot say 9 is good. So let's just see what everybody that's in here. If you would, please throw a vote in there. Doesn't matter where you are, just throw a vote as to what you think. I'm a loser, so life doesn't really matter to me. Well, loser, you got quite a sense of humor. So we get an awful lot of 9s there. Okay. Well, if you're on the East Coast, 9 is really, you know, that's late enough because we end up in here an hour, hour and a half. I mean, I don't know what time it is tonight. And I really shouldn't goof off so much, but it used to be more fun when YouTube allowed me to crank out some of the old classic tunes and stuff. But I'm working on that, but it can't be what it used to be. Copyright issues, but there's always loopholes and ways in and out of stuff, so I'm doing what I can. So here's one more thing that I would like to get some opinions on. There's still 85 of you in there, so let's see what the majority says about this. I'll tell you the reason I picked Friday nights. For one thing, it was to do with other events on YouTube. And it was to do with other people's podcasts, other people's things they were doing. And not only that, but Friday really did. Now, Jeff, look, we never really get going till 9:15 anyway. So anyway, I picked Friday nights because it was dodging some other things. And it was actually what was personally best for me. Work-wise and everything else. Saturday nights, you know, the wife ain't crazy about me being out real late. We get up early for church. And Friday nights is, you know, even though we work Saturdays, we don't start as early. We don't start at 7:30 on Saturdays. So we start about 9 on Saturdays. And honestly, for my list of service for the day, I don't promise anything till about 10. So what does everybody think about the Friday night thing? Is everybody good with that? Or, you know, so I was just curious about that. Those are a couple of the things that, you know, I'm just wondering what a bunch of you guys think about that. So let's see how many say Friday is good, and let's see how many don't like it. So it looks like you know, everybody's kind of used to what I do, or I just got lucky and I hit it pretty good, and Friday at 9 o'clock is pretty good with everybody. So here's the big one. Now this is a big one, and this is one, I mean, I see a bunch of Fridays, so let's just go ahead and let's stick with Fridays, and let's stick with 9 p.m. We'll make those decisions. Now the next decision is not going to get made right here on the spot. I just want to get a feel of what a bunch of you think about it. Okay, there's 85 of you in here. I don't know how many are paying attention. I don't know how many are, you know, walked away or whatever. But yeah, there is a lot of fans going backwards, and I'm sorry, I can't stop that. I did get a new camera that goes to 60 frames per second and still is in 1080. So I'm thinking maybe, anyway, we'll see what that changes. All right, so here's the next thing. What does everybody think about? Now, you know we're going to a registered qualification. If you're not registered, and if I don't know that you're in this industry, and I don't know that the tool is not going to waste, you're not going to be on the list. Well, you know what? With no redraws, what am I supposed to do? Keep all the prizes? You know, I mean, no redraws is an idea that I've thought of. And do what? Save them all up, and at the end of the year have a big free-for-all, or, you know. Okay, there it is. Herschel hit it on the nose, and that's just what I'm thinking about. What does everybody think about present to win? Now, keep in mind, you're going to be registered. And, well, now if you're present to win, you don't have to claim. There will be no redraws. And G. Martinez says, just send him everything. So let's see, what does everybody think about you must be present to win? Now, that's going to be pretty tough on some people. So give that a bit of thought, and let's just see how many votes we can get on that. What does everybody think about being present to win? Freon is leaking now. Well, so we're getting a lot of mixed stuff, and yeah, present to win would definitely eliminate redraws. But you know, everybody's got a phone, but you know, if they're not in a place where they got signal, you know, it would be pretty tough to do the present to win thing. That would be pretty tough. So I just thought we should all give that a little bit of thought. Just see what everybody thought about that. It's not so much the eliminating the redraws, but that is another thing. Yeah, you know, and there's also another alternative to the present to win, and it could be check in to win. You know, in other words, we could go live at 9 o'clock and not start drawing till 9:30, and even if you can't stay, you know, even if you can't sit through the whole thing, if you check in at some point and put your name in the chat, you know, that's just another possibility of the present to win. You know, anyway, I don't really have strong feelings about that. I'm just kind of voicing and putting out there for everybody to give an opinion on the things that I've heard from others. That's that's just what I've done. You know, that there's one idea, but that's really tough to get typed up. In other words, the present to win thing is pretty tough. So there would have to be a check-in period. It'd be really tough. No, Matt, you cannot still win tonight. It's all over with tonight. Well, what is a little faster when you win? The registration thing. What do you mean? It makes what faster? What goes faster when you win? What I'm hoping to do with the registration thing is give the guys that really want and really need and really use the tools some better odds at winning. That's the biggest thing of the registration thing. Let's eliminate the 12-year-old gamers. Let's eliminate the bot names. Let's eliminate the who can't hear me anymore. I don't know, Shannon. One of the moderators might have popped him, man, because he's always, you know, he's always wang, wang, give me this, give me that, can I have this, you know. Well, that's one other idea, Martinez, is not do the 24-hour thing, but, you know, you got to claim your prize the same night. Somebody type a message if they would and make sure Matt knows that the sound issues are on his end because everybody else hears me. But, well, he'll pick up from that, hopefully. And if he doesn't, then we can't help him anyway. And a lot of people are saying, do it the same way, you know. Do it the same way. Matt, you have issues. That doesn't sound good. Refresh. That's a good idea. So, anyway, those were just a few things that, you know, that I was just curious. And I'm just going to throw one more thing out there. Okay, what do you think is going to weed out? Corey Wade says, being in the industry, I think it's enough you're going to weed out the people that say stick with the 24 hours. It's a good system. It's been working great. Yeah, I agree that it's been working. I don't have any complaints with our system thus far. But I don't do these giveaways for me. I don't win these prizes. You guys do. And I'm just trying to get a feel of, you know, what everybody else is thinking. And Gary Reagan, what do you do in the industry? I don't care if you're a service technician. If you deliver for the company, if you work for an HVAC company, if you have a paycheck from an HVAC company, a check stub, if you have an EPA card, if you're an installer, if you're a helper, if you are the janitor, I mean, you know, if you're affiliated buyer at OEM. So you're as affiliated as it gets, man. You're a Ream guy. Well, now that's a point against you. But Ream is definitely not the worst. Now, if you'd have said you're a Goodman guy, one of my moderators might have slammed you right there. I'm just joking, dude. I know you know that. So you work for a Ream. I mean, we've got a couple of good friends that work for, we've got one really good friend that works for Ferguson. You know, so yeah, you're in the industry as far as we're concerned, and I don't think anybody else is going to disagree with that. You are definitely in the industry, Mr. Reagan. So, you know, you could, if you, let's just say you want an sman, and I don't know if you do outside sales or if you do training classes or what you do, but there's got to be a way that something like that would do you some good, that you could find somebody, you know, that would really help spark up business on your end, that would really improve something. You know, there's got to be something you could do. You might could hold your own situation in there with some of your guys, you know, a raffle or something. But, you know, installers don't always have EPA cards. So an EPA card is going to be one, you know, one option to register. But, you know, whether you hold an EPA card or not, if you have any sort of certification that's HVAC related, if you have paycheck stubs from an HVAC company, I don't care if you're a helper, installer, delivery guy, whatever you are, if you're in the HVAC industry, then you're part of our community, and that's how we see that. So, well, then, you know, yeah, that used to be that way. I do know that. The Social Securities. Okay, it is 9:58, so it's only 10 o'clock. Martinez, we're going to have one more giveaway. Not next Friday, but a week after that. We're going to have one more giveaway in August, and just because the prizes have already been allocated for it. So I said this was going to be the last registered, but it's not. It's just going to be the last S-Man. So we have one more giveaway coming up. Well, Matt, subscribe to the channel and click the little bell down there to get notifications from the channel. And when we post a new video, anytime we post a new video, go and watch it. And on Sunday nights is usually when the entry video gets posted, about 9 o'clock. And it fills up quick. I only take 150 entries. So you got to get in there quick. So Matt, let me ask you this. What do you do in the HVAC industry? Can you share that with us? Zoom lock users. Yeah, that's a rich man's tool there. So where'd Matt go? Matt, what do you do in the HVAC industry? What is your job description? How are you affiliated? What makes you interested in these tools in this channel? Yeah, we speak English here, so I don't know what all that means. Somebody can translate for you, maybe. I don't know if he left or what, but maybe he's thinking or typing or looking for his... Matt can't hear me? He said he could. He said, I can hear you now. He said no. A German 550. Is that a Testo 550? Well, I'll go along with that, Eric. And those other ideas, they're just things that people have suggested. So I just thought I'd ask and see what some people, you know, what some people might have thought. That's all that was. I was just asking what people thought about it. It would be really tough to do a present to win thing. There may be some software out there. I think that would take away our ability to use this analog way that we're doing. Where did Matt go? Matt, dude, you dropped out because you couldn't register yet? Come on, man, where you at? Is his name still in there? I can't see anything. I'm using a phone up here for a camera. Actually, I got the big screen up there. So there's where I'm reading the comments easy up there on the big... Matt sniffs refrigerant for a living. Okay. State license only. Matt, funny, sorry my computer is a Commodore computer. Oh, so he's talking on one of those things that plays pong, pong, pong. What do you call that? A Commodore. He's got a, yeah, that's a pre-Pentium thing. What did we used to call those? Daggum Nintendo computer or whatever he's got over there. Matt, what do you do in the HVAC industry? Do you have a job doing heating and air, or what do you do? City of Minneapolis, HVAC MN. What's MN mean? Minneapolis. So what do you do? Atari, there you go, Martinez. That's what it is. He's on an Atari playing Pong. Minnesota, gotcha. Work for the city. Ah, so do you do anything HVAC related? Do you have any sort of HVAC certification at all? Uh-oh. There's Jimmy. What are you doing, Shane? Matt is not slow. Matt's computer is slow. Okay, are your side jobs, Matt, related to HVAC? And do you have any sort of HVAC certification at all? Is he on dial-up? Is that what it is? He's on a Nintendo, Commodore, Atari with Pong on it and dial-up. That's pretty slow. Hey, don't be cracking on AOL, man. You see, I'm an AOL user because you see that's my email address since 1993 or something like that. Anyone with an AOL account? Well, at least I know I could qualify then. Two cans on a string. What's up, Shane? I see you there. Shane is the babysitter. Well, Shane can't win because even though he's got a lot of experience in the HVAC, he lays out more than anybody. So, you know, laying out of work disqualifies you. What in the world would you do with one of these things, babysitter? I don't know. If Shannon hasn't burned his hand before ever with refrigerant, then he ain't done a whole lot. Scott, I hear you. I'm still on AOL. Hanging out with your son. I hear you, man. That don't mean you lay out of work. Next time Steve does a job for us, you better be there, or you are a dud. You've got mail. And we're back up to 92. I don't know how that happens. Mean LS machine. All right, dude. Appreciate you being here. Catch you next time. So, it's about time for all of us to hit the road. There's 90 in here. That's unbelievable. We have a hard time getting that many in here when we're getting ready to spin. So I do appreciate everybody's input on, you know, what we're going to be doing in the future. I'm glad to get some ideas from some of you guys. Thought about, you know, some little stuff on my own, like putting a bag of circus peanuts in with every prize and that kind of stuff, but I ain't so sure everybody would appreciate that like I would. 3 train condensers. Yeah, if I did that, it would be those ones that, you know, that we took out of Home Depot. But you know, they're empty. They're sitting there for a demo, and we took a bunch of them out because Train finally got smart enough to realize that's not a good market for them. So they gave them to a handful of us that refused to go in there and sell them. And so we use them for end tables and stuff like that in our showrooms. Anyway, so this coming Sunday night, there will not be an entry video released. It will be a week from Sunday. And then we will, wait a minute. All right, hold on. Might be sticking my foot in my mouth here. Okay, can't be the 10th, cannot be the 17th either. So the next giveaway will have to be on the 24th. So the entry video will go out on the 19th, Sunday the 19th. Mr. Wolf, when we go off, and just a little while later, this video will be up and you can skate back through it and look for the winners. Unfortunately, your name was not one of them unless you have several other names in here and I don't know about it. So, I bought these for my wife and she's at home waiting on me. I got to get these home to her. She's not exactly like me. She doesn't appreciate circus peanuts and what do you call those fish that are like gummy bears? I forgot what those fish are called. She doesn't eat all the same kind of garbage I do, so I saw these. I know she'll like these, so I grabbed her a bag of these. All right, so I'm going to get out of here. Swedish fish, that's it. Yeah, I got a big bag of those at home. The circus peanuts are my favorite. So these look like they'll be pretty sporty, actually. Well, Donald, we're definitely going to have to, I think that was Donald Scott. Is that right? Is that your name? As far as what they're sent to, that's definitely going to have to be a confidential situation. Okay, Shane, I appreciate you stopping by, man. Call Steve 100 times in a row next week and tell him to bring you to the next job. But I appreciate you being in here, Shane. James Rook, I appreciate you too, buddy. You have a good night. So anyway, let's all get out of here and go home. Of course, a bunch of you are probably at home. I'm up here in the office. Shannon, I wear my sunglasses at night. Man, ain't it about time for you to win one? Olivia needs to win big. Everybody would get so excited if Olivia won one of these big prizes. They really would. But anyway, okay, Donald Scott, I appreciate you being here. And I'm going to take one last buzz across our friends here. Zach's channel, if you're not subscribed to that, go subscribe to it now. That's Brad's channel. You definitely need to be subscribed to that channel. And everybody knows Steve Lav. Justin, you're gonna have to unban yourself. Justin's a moderator here and he bans himself all the time. So Justin, you're gonna have to unban yourself and start a GoFundMe page and run away with the money. But watch out for Ralph. He will get your butt for that. You guys have a good night. I really appreciate everybody being here. Appreciate you sticking around and talking about the future with me. Hopefully we can keep these giveaways going and getting more and more exciting as we go. Olivia, I appreciate you being here. It really gets all the guys excited, you know. So hopefully your husband doesn't mind. These guys are all crazy about Olivia. Okay, Dwight, appreciate you too, buddy. I appreciate all you guys. Everybody have a good night.